Hey folks, it's Rob. Welcome back. We're continuing to play BattleTech. I have made a slight adjustment to the coloration because it was being very orange heavy. So we've selected slightly different accents. You can see it on the leopard here. Still like the green and yellow, and we still have the same logo, and we're still Cosmotion at the moment until I think of a better name for this group. But we have some missions to do here while we're on site. So, or we can do, as it were. And I fully intend to do them. Might as well make money while we're here. So this one's for the planetary government against the magistracy, against the Canopans. I'm just going to call them the Canopans. I don't mind that, even though it's going to hurt my reputation with them, because I need money and experience right now. And this is in a desert biome. I think this will be fine. Cutting back on the salvage right now really doesn't hurt me very much. As we saw in one of the missions, there was only 3 pieces of salvage to be had after I finished them off. I am not being particularly careful in how I blow things up. I am just looking to win with minimum damage and injury right now. So, our intelligence confirms a Lance of Canopan military units is engaged in maneuvers on Detroit within region we control. This is an aggressive action, and local government operations are at risk as long as this Lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Hunt down the enemy Lance and eliminate it. I am all about that. Oh, this map. Okay, this is the boreholes map. But it looks like we're not going to have to really deal too much with, like, that borehole there. That's okay, because this is a real annoying to work with over here. But, we'll manage. I'm going to try to swing around some of the terrain. Also, just the map is very dark, right? Okay, well, there's an unknown mech there. Good to go. Decker, I'm going to have you scout it. Show me that mech. It's yet another locust. Okay, let's engage. I copy. And we shot the right arm off already. That's a good start. Solid connection on that one. Good job, Decker. It went bit for a second, so yeah, there's another light mech. There it is. And apparently I'm not locked to my window today like I was yesterday, so that's interesting. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I need direct fire for Cosmo. So let's do you. Right, torso destroyed. Okay. Keep that up. We're going to abort right out. I read you, Commander. Moving out. Yep, there we go. Did you see that? Did you see it? Blew out the entire right side of that mech. We'll prepare for what's coming out this side. In fact, I'm going to have you sprint and reveal. What is that? That is a... Oh, it's a commando. Okay. That's a little better than a locust. It's 25 tons. It has a large laser, typically, which I think we just saw it fire. And usually an SRM pack or 2. Short-range missiles. We'll just kind of close over here. And if this is the entire Lance, this is not going to be too hard. But it is a half-skull mission. I mean, never was going to be too hard. But the last mission was a half-skull mission, and there was turrets backing up the stuff and everything.
up, boss?
How about you clock that thing one?
Got it.
There you go.
Let's get this done, folks.
And if that's all the mechs there were, there's not going to be very much salvage either, which is going to... Oh well. $174, no bonus. Everyone gets 500 XP. There's only 4 pieces of loot, so it doesn't really matter what I choose, but I'll grab that large laser. There we go. And there we go. Tuck those parts away. No real damage done to my crew, so we can just roll on with the next mission. After which we'll look at, you know, experience, etc. So this one's going to be in tundra environment. So, and we're going to ambush a convoy. Well, again, just kind of line that up. That we're working for the Free Worlds League against the planetary government this time. The perfidy of mercenaries, as it were. But because the cold environment will be extra free with heat generation, really. We'll have extra cooling. Guerrilla strikes against our facilities have increased, and our intel says planetary government is bankrolling the guerrillas and providing logistical support in the form of small arms, explosives, and medical supplies. We need you to intercept a local government supply convoy and destroy it before it reaches the guerrilla forces.
Command interface initiated.
Okay. Now, local government convoys inbound, Commander. Let's get our eyes on and intercept the vehicles before they escape the trap. Then we'll extract at our designated location, which, I mean, we almost never have to do that. Good luck, Commander. Oliveira out. Okay, so.
You think we'll see bears?
Stop the convoy from escaping. This is the escape point. If all the convoys get here, we lose. We don't get paid well. We might get just a good effort payment, but otherwise this is a mission as a failure. Now, this is where we're expected to intercept the convoy. The convoy will be approaching from further down the road. So they're probably over in this area right now. Since we are over here, and this is the mission failure point, which is unusual. I mean, usually I don't have direct access to the failure point like this. I'm inclined to actually just kind of get up there and be like, you know what? I'm in between that.
Copy that.
Because if we can just... in fact, I'd probably get up the incline that way. Yeah, we can get that one up there.
Engaging jump jets.
And then if you hop there, you can probably hop to the next. Oh, that doesn't look good on the mechs. I might still need to play with that some. Okay.
I've got eyes on the target.
Enemy detected.
So there'll be vehicles and, yeah, escorting mechs. Okay. Which is fine. I do not mind. That means there'll be actual loot that we would actually might want to get. Now, the vehicles will support the escort mechs with their own weapons. So it is important that we be wary of them. Sometimes they'll have sensors, which they will deploy instead of weapons fire. Okay, what was that? Let's see, that is a Javelin. It's a 30-ton, probably all missile loadout, short-range missile, usually fairly decently armored mech for its size. The other one's unknown. I'm going to reserve. It's a Locust. Okay. Not so worried about a Locust. They can get annoying if I don't pay them proper attention, though. So all the vehicles are in medium and heavy class. this point, I think I do want them to just kind of roll forward and meet our high evasion.
Standing by.
Okay. Well, it was a couple of hits on my spider, but nothing big.
Barely hit, Commander.
Yeah. Again, that's a narc launcher one. Looks like we didn't get hit with a narc, though. Okay. Had this been hit with a narc, that would be super annoying. There'd be a missile bonus to target it. Alright, let's start moving. If I can keep Behemoth in the forest, she'll get a better damage reduction. And if she's got low evasion, she'll be drawing fire, probably. Let's start by just shooting up that.
Primary target is taking damage.
Shrugged off the hit, gotta say.
Waiting on you, Commander.
That's a full-on striker. Alright. I can get 2 pips of evasion if I go over here. That's probably not great for me. Alright.
Uh-huh.
Primary target
There we
is
go.
taking damage.
That's 1 down. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll take 2. We'll go here. What do I got? I got the locust. I got the javelin, right? Yeah. Not super into these targeting figures. I could just fire lasers at the locust.
Engaging target.
Hey, 2 hits.
Orders?
And now we'll let Decker just kind of be an annoying jerk.
I copy. All weapons are go.
There we go. Left torso and arm destroyed.
Think I hit something good.
Okay, yep, they took that bait.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Again, I'm going to reserve.
Waiting for the shot.
Okay, I went for the blackjack. Alright. Let's see.
What can I do for ya?
Glitch is kind of out in the open. I'd rather move her into the forest line. Okay. Take out the locust. It's already moved. If I go for the striker, actually I can split the shot. Alright. Give a little love to the locust, but focus on the striker.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Good. Sensor's impaired. It's got good wallop in the front. There we go. It takes out the locust.
Go, let's go,
Sweet.
let's go. And stay down.
Yeah, machine gun. Mm-hmm.
I'm showing minor damage.
Yeah. Okay. Probably best if I get Decker away from the vehicles. Since we have an Arctic environment, we do have the option of a little more freedom with the heat generation. Shut down for 1 laser. Take a pip off of that, please. Thank you.
Missed.
Okay, Behemoth. Can't reach more forest on the other side there. I don't want her out of that. Cosmo. Let's roll you into cover over here. And have you target the javelin.
Engaging target.
Okay.
Commander.
I could have you fall back a bit, I suppose. Still, it doesn't change our evasion by not moving much. That would give me 1 pip, which would slightly improve things.
Moving out.
And we'll just wallop the javelin. Convoy guards down. Okay.
Hope we can salvage that.
So, just got the vehicles to deal with. The vehicles are susceptible to being stomped as well, which is always a thing about... Yep, the Narc is attached to my Vindicator.
Minor
Okay.
damage, Commander. Nothing to see here.
Ready for orders.
Let's see, how much evasion do I get for running out here? I get 6. 6 isn't bad. And a melee attack will let us run down heat, which is advisable. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
I copy. Engaging. Reporting. One less vehicle.
Okay, Scorpion fired on me and missed. That leaves that one in the forest line with the Narc launcher, right?
Ready for orders.
Roll back forward to close. Fire on that. Nope, that's a Scorpion as well. Oh, is it just Scorpions we got left? Yeah, okay. Who would I rather fire on? 85? Actually, yep, that's the better target. Couple little machine gun plinks.
Systems holding.
Yeah, okay.
I hear ya. You betcha. Got it.
Alright. Hopefully we can just take that last one out. Just move a bit forward and give it everything.
Confusing target.
Leopard inbound.
There we go.
I'll meet you at the LZ.
Smooth, efficient, nothing critically damaged. Exactly what we wanted. And our contract payment was increased by 25% by destroying all the escorts, which is nice. Now, there is actually more than enough loot to actually need to make choices. So, I'm going to take that javelin piece, because I wouldn't mind building that to have as an off for the spider. But, I mean, we're going to encounter a lot of javelins. So, building and selling javelins will eventually happen. Right. That's that fight. Let's go to the barracks. Right, with an extra 1,000 XP. No.
Ready for orders.
What can I do for you?
What do you need?
Yeah, you haven't gone on a mission. What do we need to do anything
Waiting for
around here?
orders.
It's about 1,600, huh? So, next mission. Alright. The store didn't have anything I wanted to buy right now.
Hey, Commander. Pull up a chair.
So, now our only missions take us elsewhere. Alloway, or Alloway. This one is escort mission. Everyone hates escort missions. This one is just a straight up battle. This one pays slightly better and is in better terrain. This one is in... But it's also apparently against pirates, while this one is against Canopians. We can go to do this, but as I've said in the previous stream, I do want to be ready to do that, and I want to do a bit more before we do that. I think another mission against the pirates will do. It's going to take me 22 days to get to Alloway. Well, that sucks. Good thing we made some money. and we don't have much to spend on right now. I should set up the mechs before we do anything, and I was going to modify. What am I going to... Actually, I think we'll do it on the Vindicator. I have equipment I want to fit. This leg mod and these arm mods. Shall I fit it on the same arm with the... Let's fit it with the small laser. Yeah. Alright. And... in fact, wouldn't mind doing one of these for right now. Mostly because this gets a better percentage to attack on the arm by basically 5%. Okay. 14 days to make these changes, so I guess that's all right.
Log and note.
Right, let's go take a contract.
Take off your shoes. Make yourself comfortable.
Take off your shoes. Am I wearing a lot of shoes on this ship? I guess I'm wearing a lot of shoes on this ship. This ship seems like Tetanus City. Alright. Yeah, let's do Seek and Destroy. I will slightly annoy the pirate organization, but it'll be fine. I'll try to make it up to them at a later point.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Engines prime. All hands prepare for transition. Thrust gravity.
Ready to go over financials?
So here's our monthlies. I did have a look at the last stream. This bank loan interest payment did not change with the renegotiation of the rates or anything else, honestly. So yeah, that's still the same. What is saving us money is I'm not paying maintenance on that locust I put into the storage. So I can spend more money for a morale effect, but I'm not going to do that, especially not right now. And now we just spend a long time getting to where we need to go. This was quite interesting initially. It still has a bit of flavor, but like there's only so much of this you want to deal with, right? I mean, I get the flavor of it all, and I do appreciate it in its own way, but like this could be faster or skippable, and it's not skippable. Now, I appreciate needing to tick away days. I do. Yeah, all work orders complete. But if you hadn't just advanced to next event option here, that'd be great. Hey, if Paradox ever wants to make a sequel to this game, since you are the current license holder for this game, we'd love maybe an improvement like that, where you can just advance to the next event manually. That way, you know, if like, you know, you're initiating that, you're not missing out on anything that you want to do. I don't think there's anything else we want to do at the mechs at the moment, but I will look. There's really not much to do with the spider. But we might be able to shuffle its armor around a little, because the back really doesn't come into play much. But the back doesn't have much to move, as you can see. The armor is very lightweight on this thing. It's all about mobility and having a slight weapon package. Reducing the weapon packages even... And because that was a very slight armor adjustment, we just did it immediately, which is fine. You can also futz with the armor patterns. So, you know, if you happen to have more than one of these and you want to make them more distinctive, you certainly can do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to choose some different colors. Wow. Okay. You know what, whatever. Right now, it's fine. I'll play with that in our time. Now, interestingly, on the when you get your upgraded dropship, um, you do get the tech options to improve transit speed. So, I mean, there's that too, and it's worth having. Um, just because you don't spend 22 days getting from one planet to another one. Our intelligence confirms there is a lance of pirate military units operating on Alloway within a region we control. All Canopian operations are at risk. As long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded, hunt down the enemy lance and eliminate it. Okay.
Command interface initiated.
And it's apparently yet another dusky day. Alright. Got them, Commander, right out in the open. These guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them and take them out. Good hunting, Commander. Oliveira out. I will say, if you get a anti-pirate mission and it's suspiciously well paid, it's probably going to be a lot harder than you might think. Now this rough terrain will actually reduce our movement speed and cause us to take extra stability damage from all attacks while we're on it. It is +4 difficulty to hit units within rough terrain with melee attacks. So, that does defend you in that way. But just standing in it doesn't actually harm you as long as you're not under fire. So, don't worry about having to move through it if you're not in combat yet. But it does slow you down. It's worth avoiding if you can. But, if you have a path of travel and it's in your way, it's not a big deal. Right now we're just, yeah, there we are. Trying to get up here, get eyes on. It'd be good to not stop on the rough terrain before we engage the enemy. So, alright.
We've got an unknown on sensors.
Okay. At least a mech and 2 supporting vehicles, possibly an armor mech or a 3rd supporting vehicle. No information on the mech. Let us reserve.
Holding for the right opportunity.
The mech very slightly moved. Okay. I'm going to let them move whatever light vehicle that is. Alright. And now they can move their heavy vehicle.
Standing by.
Oh, that's over there. Okay. Nice to have spotted it, though.
What's up, boss?
What can I do about that?
Yes, Commander.
Well, I definitely want to reveal targets. And we got that going on there, too. That, that's not a bad place for him to end up.
Moving out.
Make use of the defensive terrain. Oh, it's a Jenner. Ooh, I do want bits of a Jenner. That's another Scorpion. But yeah. Jenners are a little slower than spiders, but are 35 tons. And you can usually... They're a little beefier, right?
Acknowledge.
Not too beefy, but after I play with them, I can usually get them a little more robust.
Waiting for orders.
Let's see, indirect fire. What if I got you up there? Yeah.
Engaging jump jets.
From the Badlands. It's like a western.
Engaging target.
You've been ambushed. Jump jet destroyed. Okay, that will cut its mobility.
Waiting on you, Commander.
It won't be able to as easily get out of this situation.
Coordinates received.
Yeah, we got a direct angle of fire. We'll do that.
Engaging.
Left leg destroyed is great. I'd much like to take out the second leg. Not that I have 2 choices for picks, but I would like to increase the opportunity to get good salvage. So, let's see. No, everything looks like it's going to be an angle of attack, so I might as well just walk over
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
and just indirect fire into it. Going for that leg.
Tell me what to do.
And then a galleon fires on me. A little small laser. Okay. Decker, you're gonna wait there. No. No.
What's up, boss?
I need to take action so I can take things out. What's our evasion been here? Only 4. I probably should not jump. Five is better. I like that.
Aye, aye.
Okay. Go for the leg.
I copy.
Left torso and left arm destroyed. Well,
Scored a critical hit.
I mean, we tried. So, like, the whole left side of this mech is gone. Yeah, it's taking refuge in the same place I was.
Good to go.
Alright,
Engaging jump jet.
gonna just open fire with every... No, it's gonna generate a lot of heat. Cut out the ACs, we'll bring them in next round.
Engaging target.
Okay, Behemoth. Roll you forward. Shut off the LRM.
Firing.
Oh well, center torso out. I'll take the one piece I'll get, though.
Hope we can salvage that.
Yep.
What can I do for you?
Hope we can salvage that, indeed. Yep, that's a direct fire. Okay.
Don't need to tell me twice. Here we go.
That's one Scorpion off the field.
You like that?
Alright, that's something large with a missile rack on it. But this should end quickly at this point.
Standing by.
I'm not going to suffer their existence much longer.
Coordinates received.
Nope, we missed.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
I hear ya. Good to go.
I cannot DFA that.
What can I do for ya? Time to die.
Well, that was also a lot of missing. In my defense, it is sitting immediately in this mineral pile.
Affirmative.
There we go.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Okay, Cosmo, can we get an angle on that? I can jump into broken terrain. I do not like that. Being right on top of it isn't great for the autocannons, but I suppose since I'm jumping, having just the lasers involved anyway. Yeah, I can bring my small lasers and medium lasers to bear.
Engaging target.
Yeah, it's an SRM rack. SRM 6 maybe?
Damage minimal.
Let's see, it's a striker, right?
Receiving you.
Let's see, you can move across to there. Yeah, why not? SRM 6 and LRM 10 are on board. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, it's pretty reflective of what it's doing.
One for the scrap heap.
Yep, that's done.
Successful.
Sweet. some money. Gonna take that Jenner part. We'll see what else we got. RM10 rack. I might be using that. I don't know. Okay. So that's the contract we came here to do. There's this middle management one where we have to do an assassination mission. I like these because we'll get a shot at something that's a little higher than we normally engage with. Also, this is our first full one skull mission. Getting a start on that isn't terrible. And it's against the Merrick, which I can afford to do. If I were to go to the store here, what's in the store in Alloway? Some enhanced machine guns. The +5 shot's really nice, actually. Basically, it's like a double fire machine gun. Considering it has no change in weight or heat performance, that is well worth doing. This comm system is no weight, and it just takes up a slot in the head. Gives us +1 resolve gain every turn, which is very nice. I'm just going to buy that now so I don't forget.
New equipment.
I'll try to remember the machine guns. Well, actually, let's just buy them for some future machine gun function we might do. And in fact, there's a half-ton ammo bin. There we go.
Equipment available.
Right. I think we'll have enough XP now for our warriors. Yeah.
Good to go.
So, let's see. Behemoth can either split fire, can do the sure footing thing, which also doesn't suck, or do sensor lock, which I don't do much of because you can't fire and do sensor lock. Sensor lock isn't useless, but it's really a special case item. So I don't tend to put it on my main pilots. What would I like? I think I'm going to have Behemoth be my Vanguard, right? Out in front, able to split fire eventually between targets. Yeah, I know, I can't undo this.
Training complete.
Right, okay. Also, her salary will go up now. Cosmo. You know what, Cosmo? Right now I'm going to give you the Bulwark as well. No. Piloting's also nice. Yeah, okay, you can be a hotshot pilot, Cosmo. Why not?
Training complete.
Decker. Decker, I really don't need you to split targets. Being able to defend yourself while on the move is fine.
I
And
hear ya.
Glitch, you can already split targets. You're just going to be like Behemoth in that case then. Alright, that's fine. I know, it's not terribly exciting choices. But with the extra enhancements, we should now be in a better position to take on this mission here. I probably don't want to give up more picks on the salvage right now. Although, I mean, that is a significant amount of money for one pick. And a significant reduction for... You know what? I need the money. Alright, that'll do. Gonna kind of suck only having 4 picks. Four items and 1 pick, but... Gotta start somewhere. Our intelligence operatives believe that Merrick Leader is present and vulnerable on the surface of Alloway. Eliminating them will leave their organization in shambles and clear the field for local government operations. Target will be relatively unguarded, and we'd like you to strike during the window of opportunity. Sounds like we'll be hitting a middle manager. Target won't be a lone commander, and there'll be a bonus if we clean up the escorting units as well. Still, if things get too hot, we can always hit and run. So yeah, they'll be probably the target itself will probably be alone. There's probably going to be like 2 lances of other mechs and stuff. Oh, I can actually see the guy? What is that? That's... Oh, it's like a Vindicator, I think. Okay. Take them out, get to the evac zone, we get paid. Yeah, yeah. We almost never go to the evac zone. So, destroying target unit, that's there. Destroy supporting enemy forces, that's there. You can try to cut around and avoid the enemy lance. Sometimes that works out. Most of the time not. Easier and better, honestly, well, more straightforward anyway, is to just kind of make sure you encounter the lance in a way that you want to encounter them. You can see the terrain out here is kind of not great. So, but I don't have a lot of choices. But if we were to try to come along this way and get intercepted, we'd end up fighting both of these jerks at the same time. So I want to avoid doing that and probably come around this way so we kind of come at it one problem at a time. So I'm going to come around this.
Location confirmed. Coordinates received.
Copy that.
Now, the weather and terrain ain't terrible. It's raining, yes, but...
Moving to position.
Alright, so there's a mech there. Keep that in mind for our positions.
On my way.
We've got an unknown on sensors.
What do we got? What do we got? It's a javelin. Yeah, okay. He's blown up my area, but not me. Another mech there. Right. And that's a commando. Okay, so this one hasn't moved yet. Reserve. Let them move their lights. Yeah, that's a large laser. That would hurt if that connected with my spider. Okay, and the other one went up there. Alright, going high.
Waiting for orders.
Decker. I'm not keen on having my rear exposed to anything, even if it is fairly distant. Let's move other people first. Behemoth, you can kind of come up here. Yeah, I think we can have you... Well, we'll split fire, because we can do that now.
Multiple enemies locked in.
Yeah, knocked out a jump jet on the javelin. Small hit on the commando. Knocked an evasion pip off. We like those things. That's probably the LRM-5 rack on that Vindicator. So it's just going to keep doing that. Alright. Move up to here. You can also do this.
Engaging target.
Big whiff. Alright.
No damage detected.
Hey, glitch.
Good to go.
How would you like to engage a gen or two? Wouldn't you like to shoot a gen or two? No, it's a javelin, but...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, small hits.
Standing by.
Okay, Decker. You know what? Let's switch angle. This is mud marsh, right? Units within marsh gain 50% stability damage reduction from all attacks. So the damage done, you're actually more stable in the marsh because you're just kind of stuck there. Is the idea. Mind you, I don't want to get too close to that mess. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's like on the medium laser
Copy
range. Okay. Alright, something penetrated. Okay, all 4 of these are lights, which is not surprising. Looks like it's a full lance of mechs, though. Alright. Oh, there's another one over there.
Ready for orders.
Now, they did not fire on Decker, but at the same time, I guess I can let the 3 of them move. They're gonna focus on the low evasion targets.
Damage minimal.
Huh, that light went off somewhere. There it is. Oh, interesting. Coming around my rear, I guess. Eh, Decker, I guess you can, open that up for me.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, it's a flea. All right. That is another 20-ton, kind of hyper specialized lightweight annoyance mech. Sure. Hey, we got a hit on it. Yep, that's Vindicator, all right.
Ready for orders. On the move.
Okay, who do I want to shoot up? Well, our MRAC might as well do that because it's no good against the short-range targets. Yeah, definitely want B. All right. Yeah.
Copy that.
Well, 1 hit. All right. Left torso, left arm destroyed on the commando. I believe that'll reduce its armament, but not take out the laser, unfortunately. Okay. Let's focus this down. I want to take a piece off the battlefield if I can. Well, that really softened it up, but didn't really do much.
I hear ya. You betcha.
Okay, you can target that, and... Do I want to expend any effort on the flea with this? The medium laser can't reach it. Okay, we're just going to shoot at the commando.
Got it.
There we go. Okay.
Did you see that? Did you... Mech warriors, show them what you've got.
Good job, Glitch. Yeah, Behemoth tanking that hit. Good.
Good to go.
I want you to close. Do I want you to close? Melee attack would ignore the evasion. But I'm close enough. I only get 3 evasion by closing with it, and then that will take the opportunity to shoot me. The flea might come running up on me. Gonna wait. Nope, running away. Okay, that's smart play for the flea. Commando coming down on me. Right. So that's that javelin. The commando is here. Okay. Right. Well, I definitely don't want too much trouble.
What can I do for ya?
But that javelin really didn't move very much, and that's a mistake for a lightweight mech. Okay, I know what I want to do. You, and I'm gonna just give you a little attention. Alright, didn't expect that to tank that completely. Oh! Wow, nothing got blown off. Okay, but yeah, we got an armor breach. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
Time for you to move, man. Time for you to move. Jump you into the water over here. Behind the rock. Ambush this guy.
Giving him everything I've got.
Yep. What I think I'm going to do with you is I'm going to use some of my resolve. No, I don't want to use it up and reduce my targeting right now. As long as we're inspired, we are a little better at what we do. And that's a general effect. I could use it to do some, special things. But, alright, that's the Vindicator 1R. Let's try to take out the Javelin, I guess. That wasn't great, but the left leg got knocked out, so I'll take it.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
Not that I got a lot of choices. Okay, Behemoth. You're kind of getting flanked, so let's do... no, that sucks. That's a little better. Not super keen on the commando getting behind me, but same time,
Here we go.
this is probably pretty dealable. Drop the LRM on the flea. Target you. Now, when multi-targeting, I can't do a called shot, just so you know.
Affirmative.
Well, another jump jet knocked out.
That.
Yeah, the flea has a large laser, would you believe? On a 20-ton mech. It's
Commander?
it's got like it's really just about mobility, how it can survive things. In fact, let's not do Decker right now. Decker has maximum evasion. Just leave him sitting there. Okay, yeah, you're just tanking those hits. That's good.
Receiving you.
Moving out.
Okay, let's target the flea and you. Yeah, you'll get a medium laser. The rest of the shots will go on the flea.
No problem. I've got enough gun for everyone.
Yeah, there we go. Javelin done.
Dang, you're dead.
I knew it couldn't have much strength left to it. Actually, you can just kind of come over and slug this thing. I like that.
Aye, aye.
Left leg destroyed. All right. Now with the commando on the ground, Cosmo can come and clean that up. Switch out the ACs. Let us go. Yeah, leg. Yep, just blew it to pieces. Okay,
Enemy mech. Destroyed.
that's fine. I don't mind it being off the table. And right, you can jump there.
Up high. On it. Holding for tactical advantage.
Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Behemoth.
Firing on
Target damaged. Concentrate your fire.
Nope, I critted its PPC. That's the main armament. Sweet. Okay.
waiting for orders.
Right, let's do autocannons.
Engaging target.
Yeah, did connect. Somehow didn't knock it to pieces. Alright.
Waiting on you, Commander.
It's 4 evasion pips. Not that into that. I may have to just jump and not fire.
Roger.
Get behind it, make it nervous. Yeah, I can't afford to fire weapons.
Good to go.
Gonna walk you out of cover.
I read you, Commander. Moving out. Got it.
One heat sink knocked out. Right arm destroyed.
And there's more where that came from.
Right. There's the flea again. Gonna fire flamers at me, huh? Okay. Flamers generally don't actually do damage. They do
Ready
heat
for orders.
to your mech, which is a factor and problem. But usually you can manage it pretty well. There are some improved flamers that will do damage as well. They don't do much, but you know, it is nice to have. They don't have an ammo count really because they don't have an ammo bin, but they do. They only fire a limited number of times. So they are interesting weapons, but of certain difficulty to use effectively.
Holding for the right opportunity.
Yeah, I thought you'd go for that.
Whoa! Easy on the armor, buddy.
Now, if the assassination target feels like it is in a losing proposition, it will try to flee the battlefield. So it is important that we don't let it get too far away from us. Or, you know, that we don't manage our targets too inefficiently, right? You know, we need to really kind of focus on getting it out of the play while it's still feeling kind of confident that it can fight. Or we cut off its angle of exit, which is, you know, certainly viable. Yeah.
Engaging target.
There we go. Finally.
Enemy mech
Get the
destroyed.
flea out of the way.
Commander?
You can jump here into the water. All weapons.
Waiting for orders.
Decker, you'll have cooled off a little, right?
Aye, aye.
Get short range on the medium lasers. Nope, I can't do anything. Okay, sit there and be annoying. Did it just jump and do nothing? Okay. Hey, glitch.
Coordinates received.
Right torso, right arm, right leg removed.
Good to go.
Well, it'll be breaking morale soon if it survives. I would like to maximize my salvage opportunity, but we're not too good at that. Looks like we did connect with the leg some. Nope, center torso out. Okay.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Area's been cleared. Darius give me the green light and land immediately. Hold position. Yeah, we don't need to evacuate or get to the LZ or anything like that. We can just get picked up. And our contract payment was increased. That's 400,000. We like that a lot. And yeah, there's that Vindicator part I want to grab. It's the only part I can grab. Kind of medium laser and 2 heat sinks. Pfft. Oh well. So the spider, the armor was penetrated. It's not really in a bad way, but we'll need to submit it for repairs before we bring it back out to the field. Or, I mean, I really should, right? It'll take 2 days to fix that up. That's not awful. There's time to travel to do this mission, and that is in Exalis. Okay. No, wait, this one here. Defend, base defense in a jungle on Detroit. Well, it's not going to be that hard. Base defense missions do kind of suck, but they usually, they come at you from different ways. Try to spread around your stuff. You know, there's usually a bonus based on how much damage the buildings take. Is there anything in the store here I definitely want to get before we leave? Oh, there's a heat bank. Heat banks are installed to allow more thermal energy collection, so it increases our maximum heat and our overheat threshold. It does take a ton and 2 slots. I don't think I'm going to do that because I could just mount a heat sink for 1 ton, which would be immediately directly cooling my mech. I do want to install in one of my mechs the comm package we just got, and that means I need a head slot that's free. I think that's going to be my mech right now. That'll also take 2 days to fit. Giza gives us something to do on the long trip to Detroit. So far we've been to everywhere. Alright, yeah, there's Detroit. There's Bellerophon, and this is where we started out. And I do want to go back here because I want to get some things out of the shop from there. But I'm not going to take an unpaid trip right now. It's time, it's money. And I'm feeling confident enough to buy some stuff, but at the same time, you know, we're up $500,000 over our start. That's nice. Payday's going to keep coming, right? I'm going to lose $250,000 on the next month, and it's going to happen before we earn any more money. Mech Warriors might be able to level something. It's only 1,200 XP reserve. Okay, we're going to need to do more there too. Alright, that's okay. Let's go do this one. Against the Canopans. 2 picks is kind of nice. Mind you, being able to pay the bills for the month is also nice. It's only a half skull. I'll take the 1 pick. So we're going to make our trip and a trip, and we travel and a trip and we trip. Okay, all the jobs complete. That's fine. Didn't take that long. Our financial report, like I said, 236,500 out the window. Gotta pay the bills. Keep the lights on, keep everyone fed. Everyone's got to do their remittances back to grandmama back in the old country. You know, child support payments, all that kind of stuff. They're mech warriors. They probably, there's like probably financing agreements and 3 divorces and other wreckage of bad decisions. I mean, they did join a mercenary BattleTech unit, so that's a particular kind of person, I would imagine. Yeah, let's head right down immediately. So, everything's set. Let's go. Glitch is a legend. She mech'd hard for the money. Yes, she did. She mechs hard for the money. Oh, I gotta be careful. I can actually sing reasonably well. And contact match does not mean much.
Command interface initiated.
So hard for it, honey. Alright. We're tracking multiple incoming hostiles, unknown types. Hold the base, keep the buildings upright, and we get paid. Oliver out. So,
Ooh, a jungle. Look at it.
hold out for local government reinforcements, 10 rounds. Defend mech repair base, 4 must survive and remain. This is the base here. Ensure all buildings survive would be fantastic. If we lose a building, this will be modified. But this is our maximum bonus state. And destroy the Canopan Vanguard. So, defeat the attackers. As you can see, buildings are not, they're like already significantly damaged. And they can come at us from pretty much anywhere where there's a reasonable amount of terrain. So they're probably not just going to come at me from over here. Being able to pivot is an important thing with base defense missions. However, there is a significant mountain here. They're probably not coming from that, but I mean, I don't know. A leopard might drop here, a whole mech, a whole lance, right? Let us get Decker, who's our fastest mover, kind of up on the ridge here.
On it.
There we go. We can see 2 light mechs. He's not able to discern what they are beyond that they're mechs, but that's okay. Behemoth, you're my bulwark there. I'll have you parked there for the time being. Cosmo, I need to get you to a place where you can actually shoot things. And then Glitch. I don't really want to pull everyone away from the base just because I know how this kind of mission goes. And next thing you know, there's going to be someone over here and I got to pivot. But at the same time, I don't want her to not be able to do things for me.
I leap. I soar.
We have we have a couple LRM racks. Okay, that's a locust. All right.
What's up,
And the other one hasn't moved. Let's let that move.
Holding for tactical advantage.
Javelin. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be encountering a lot of javelins. Okay. A lot of evasion pips as well. Who do I want to do what?
Receiving you.
Okay, well, moving for evasion is worthwhile.
Moving out.
Let's weaken the Jenner, so we can maybe bring that down. Sorry, the Javelin, so we can bring that down.
Roger that.
I hear ya.
Alright, Glitch. I'm going to have you move over here, but I'm going to have you indirect fire on the Javelin. I'm surprised actually any of the missiles hit. Alright. Cosmo, come on up over the ridge. And focus down this target. Yeah, we're penetrating the armor. Good, good. Behemoth.
Commander.
I could just have you run up and punch that locust. That is so appealing. Alright, change of plan.
Got it. On for physical attack.
Rip the left-hand side off the mech.
Forward at critical hit.
So another tip about the base defense is that if you engage a mech or a vehicle, usually it'll just start shooting at your guys instead of at the buildings. So if you can't bring something down, engaging it is worthwhile.
Roger that. Copy that.
Right arm off. Sadly, I think the missile racks and a javelin are in the torsos. So the arm's just kind of more like ablative armor, really.
Ready for
Bum. Hey, glitchy baby.
On my way.
How would you like to eat a locust? How would you like to split fire so we can knock a pip off of this? I don't feel much about that LRM rack anyway. Might as well just use it to reduce evasion.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Right leg, right torso, right arm. There ain't much left of that mech. Pilot incapacitated. Okay, that's that done. Let's get that javelin. I'm not planning on moving much. In fact, I could just not move. Take the ACs off.
Receiving you.
Behemoth, I'm going to let you punch it.
Position confirmed.
There we go.
Hostile removed.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Yep, I know. Where are they inbound from now? That is my question. I don't know where they are or where they're coming from. Right? There's only so much map, but they could be over here, and I don't know, right? So let's get Decker in play. Decker, I need you to just, like, move like the wind, okay? I need eyes on stuff. So let's go here. Okay, nothing in this corner. Let's use Cosmo to come back over this way. Yeah, jumping off the ridge is probably best. Okay.
Engaging jump jets.
Behemoth, we're going to sprint you around the corner.
Roger.
And Glitch, let's have you run over this way too.
Moving out.
So the enemy gets their movement and there's contact. I'd wish you'd take me to it.
Now it's on.
Yeah, see, it's right here. So they've come down somewhere over here, and they're coming up from the opposite side of the
Waiting for
base. And Decker is well out of position, unfortunately. Running up the road is probably the best I can
Roger
do.
that.
Locust. Yeah, it's going to open fire in a building. Okay.
Standing by.
I think this is about as good as I can
Copy that.
do. Engage that target. Don't blow up the buildings.
Think I hit something good.
Good. Yeah, more stuff back there. Is that a vehicle? Yeah. Okay. Cosmo. Get you up here. Engage that vehicle target so we can get its attention.
Engaging target.
Hey, destroying it's even better.
Enemy unit destroyed.
More back there. Yeah, they're shooting my buildings. Glitch.
For orders.
Glitch, girly pal. Maybe don't fight amongst the building itself. This here, spore field, slows all units moving through it. Units standing in the spore field suffer an additional 20% damage when hit due to spore's corrosive effects, and it's +4 difficulty to hit units passing through a spore cloud. So it's not great to be in a spore cloud, but it's kind of a mixed bag. I think we're going to move you here because we don't have a lot of choices. I can't engage that target, but I can engage this target. Don't use the LRM rack because I don't need stray fire.
Tell me what to shoot.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, Decker.
Jumping.
Left torso destroyed. Did it kind of run away? Where'd it go? Yeah, back here. Okay.
Good to go.
I kind of need to be able to see this vehicle so I can engage it. Scorpion. Okay.
Engaging target.
All right.
Enemy unit.
That helps.
Waiting for orders. Moving to position. Firing. Waiting on you, Commander. Affirmative.
Get glitch out in front. Let's just use the main gun. Okay, we missed.
Systems
Not
ready for
surprising.
another shot.
But yeah, there's still something firing missiles at me from range. I don't like that.
Commander.
Decker, I need eyes on whatever that is. Get out there.
Affirmative.
Alright, it's way back there. Okay. That locust is running for its life.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Behemoth, what can you do for me? Can you... Well, you can jump over this
Copy
ravine
that.
and direct fire into the locust, but really not much else.
I copy.
Well, I got a couple hits. I like that. Cosmo. Try, man. Try.
Engaging target.
Left leg destroyed. Well, that'll definitely slow it down.
For orders.
Still can't get close enough to engage that target, but we can try to take out the locust at least.
Uh-huh.
Center torso destroyed. Well, alright.
See that?
But without any spotter, the enemy vehicle will have no choice but to advance. So, or to sit there, I guess. Let's close with it.
Move order received.
What do we got? We got a striker. Okay.
Got it.
Good enough.
Reporting. One less vehicle.
And that's it. That's all the targets, so we're done.
Mission successful.
Maximum bonus is also nice. Well done, Commander. We obviously placed our faith in the right mercenary company. We'll let you know if we have any other work for you. So, Canopian Vanguard, bonus 10%. Ensure all buildings survive, bonus 20%. 287,000. We got our month's pay. Got some XP. We get one pick out of this pile of junk. If I take this locust, I can assemble a locust I'll be able to sell off. So, there we go. Got some other random junk. I'm not that bothered by what else we got. It's going to functionally become spare parts. I don't have any plans for anything right now. But, yeah. Basic Locust 1V has one big advantage, speed. It's not meant to put up much of a fight, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a mech that goes further and is harder to hit. So that'll be immediately in our mech bay in the spare slot, as you can see. And I can sell it or store it. I don't have a lot of reason to store extra locusts. As you can see, it has a couple of machine guns and a medium laser. We've encountered plenty of these and blown up enough of them that I can actually build one from spare parts now. So we're going to, I can scrap it, or I can go to the store and sell it. Scrapping it, 128,000. Not a lot of money, but, you know. Again, selling things to the video game never goes well. I can sell it for 163. At least that's a little more money, right? Okay, now, let's see. Was there anything in the store I actually wanted to get while I'm here? Well, I got a flamer that does damage, actually. Those are worth buying.
New weapon systems available.
An improved SRM2 rack as well, which I'm not that keen on SRM racks, but especially the SRM2. But again, an enhanced one is better than a standard
New weapon
one.
systems available.
And nothing else really. Okay. So yeah, now we gotta travel for any other contracts. This one's to Bellerophon, also to Bellerophon. I can do this mission for the pirates, which I could definitely use getting some reputation with. I don't hate that. Let's do that mission.
Calculating course now, Commander.
So, however, another 17 days of travel. Unfortunately, this is quite often how the very early game goes. If you're not going to just smash your mechs into the brick wall that is suddenly in a whole different encounter that you're not prepared for. Right. I hope you all have a great Friday. It's Friday morning, wee hours here in Southern California. It's apparently 2:52 in the morning, and on this glorious March 13th. That's right, it's Friday the 13th. I like Friday the 13th personally. You may have your own opinions, of course, and they're fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
I've got the financial report.
So we got here just in time to pay the bills, but that's okay. As you can see, our money's creeping up because we're paying more in wages. And apparently I had to pay maintenance on that locust. So, all right. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Deploy. What? I thought I sold that. Oh, that was the Locust in storage. Ugh. No wonder I'm paying maintenance on it. That's a mistake. It cost me $12,000. At least that's not a big deal, but money counts right now. We believe there's a Merrick Lance operating in Bellerophon within a region we control. All pirate operations are at risk as long as the Lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Patrol the area and find the enemy Lance and eliminate it. Okay. A battle mission. Ooh, world's purple. Got them, Commander. Right out in the open. Guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them, take them out. Good hunting, Commander. Oliver out. Yeah.
Good
Okay.
to go, Commander.
So, they're over here. There's not a lot of stuff in between us and them. This is about our terrain advantage over here if we let them come and find us, basically. Or there's some over here. And then there's, rocks and stuff to maneuver with, which isn't a terrible thing. But I definitely want to kind of park in a place where I can take some fire if necessary. And trees are excellent cover.
On my way.
Moving out.
Ooh, that's a commando, I'm guessing. You guys got anything else over there? There you go. Ooh, stray shot hit my mech when it was shooting at Behemoth. Sweet. Well, that's the kind of thing that can happen. Right.
Ready for orders.
Yes, Commander.
What do I want to do to you? I think we'll engage the commando on the rock.
Roger that.
2 misses. Very lovely. All right.
Good to go. Roger that. Firing on target.
Well, the PPC went wide, and most of the missiles did too.
Engaging target.
Those connected. Still didn't knock anything off.
Commander.
Behemoth, we're going to just have you engage from standstill, actually. Do I want to split fire? Can I add the medium laser? Yeah, I can. Alright. That's perfectly fine. Let's do that way, then.
Roger that.
There we go. Strip some parts off that commando. Remind the Locust we're here. Would have been nice to know if I actually got hit there. I think I did. Right.
Orders?
That's the thing about the dynamic camera sometimes, is it leaves you a bit wondering. Actually, I should really let that Locust move, because it's not, like, depleted.
Roger that. Standing by.
Okay. Oh, that's a missile-carrying Locust. Okay.
Damage minimal.
Good to go.
Alright, you get in behind here. Give the commando a bad day.
I copy.
Thank you.
Target eliminated.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Hey, Glitch. How about we do this?
Got it.
We'll switch off that for heat.
Time to die.
Right leg, right torso, right arm. Nice.
Yeah. Critical hit.
Knock it over. That thing's going to be a write-off. Right. Gonna close to short range so we can get our little lasers in play. Take the autocannons offline, and let's go for that leg.
Engaging target.
Took all those laser hits, and
Good to go.
nothing came off of it.
Affirmative. Engaging target.
Okay, there we go. Merrick Lance destroyed.
Hostile removed.
Milk run, yep. Alright.
Mission successful.
No surprises, no twists. Just a simple mission for the pirates. Get a little reputation back. Make them a little more closer to ambivalent about us, which will pay off in the long run. I get everything because I have 5 items, but we'll put the commando in the selection, and there we go. 2 light mechs doesn't generate that much salvage, even when I'm careful. So, yep, we completed our mech construction. So, yeah, right. Yeah, so that, yeah, store it. That, store it. Go to the store. I can sell those off. Which I'm just going to do. I'm not even going to hold 1 spare. I know I might regret that, but you know what? I don't really care. Make sure I'm buying. I'm looking around. And our arm mod. I definitely want that.
New equipment available.
And our weightless leg mod. I'll take that too.
New equipment available.
And this is a weightless gyro. This one gives me a bonus to melee hit. Okay. It's real cheap too. I'll take it. Sure.
Equipment available.
That'll be something for us to fit while we're traveling. Are there any other contracts here? No. Something take me where I want to go. That's back to Detroit. I don't want to go back and forth to Detroit. Although that's not a terrible paying mission. Seek and destroy. It's against the pirates again, though, which I was just working on trying to improve my reputation with. This one's against the planetary government, at least. But with having made some money, I kind of want to just head directly here to Urkranin so I can go shopping over here. And because we left behind a lot of interesting little tech pieces in their shop, and I'd like to pick up those weapons, right? You know, like those Ultra AC2s. Will I necessarily be needing them for the upcoming big mission? Maybe not, but I have to think about that, right? Okay. Well, before we plot a move, go to the mech bay. Let's fit those little toys we just got. So, equipment. Gyro. Gyro's 3 spots, right? So, that's a little difficult to fit there. But this leg mod is additional DFA damage, which, you know, I'm probably not going to DFA, but it's nice to have that there if it happens. And that's additional stability damage, which I don't hate. Okay. Admittedly, I really should probably put the gyro on that, but I think I want to put it on here because we do a bit of slugging. And it'll fit pretty readily. Right, there we go. Right, we'll get those done in the travel time. We're going to pay the 17,000 bucks to just travel over here. No, sorry, 30,000 bucks, but it's 12 days travel Maybe there'll be a mission when we get there. Maybe there won't be.
Calculating course now, Commander.
On the whole, I just want to scoop up those little toys before we leave the area. Maybe that LBX-20. I don't know. It's a real niche kind of weapon. On one side, I really like the kind of shotgun effect of the LBX weapons because they definitely get a hit advantage because of that, but they also kind of sandblast targets, right? You know, the damage gets distributed. And so you end up shaving off the armor on the mech and not like punching it like the AC-20 does. The AC-20 is just like a crippling wham. Alright, all jobs done. 1 day left on our travel. 19 days before we got to pay bills again.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Yep, let's visit the store. Before I spend money, do we have the ability to make any money while I'm here? We do not. Okay. So be careful with how much I spend. Alright. So, that's a +5 damage AC2. I like that.
New weapon systems available.
Oh, the weapons have changed, actually. These are LB5X, LB10X. That's the Ultra AC2s I was thinking of when I wanted to come back here. The LB20X is gone, but I don't hate the LB10X. That deals with some of my concerns about the 20, in that it has a reasonable amount of range to it. In a way, though, it is a direct fire LRM-10. The damage, but each hit is like a small short-range missile. So it's more damaging than an LRM rack. Otherwise, this wouldn't be worth it at all. Because it doesn't have the flexibility of an LRM rack. Here, let's see. This LRM rack does 4 times 15, right? This does 10 times 8. So it's 8 10-point hits. This is 15 4-point hits, right? It's literally half the weight of the system. So if we double the damage, that becomes 15 times 8 versus 8 times 10. Yeah, I know. This does take up a lot more space in a mech, and it's 2 weapon systems, so you need 2 slots for that. That is like, 2 weapon allocation slots. The LB5X we could use to replace the AC5 currently on the Shadowhawk. It weighs the same. It takes the same amount of space. It gets a hit advantage because it is an LBX weapon, but it won't hit with the single hit. It'll do, again, 6 times 10. Does have a nice stability hit of 2 times 10 instead of just the regular 10. It's good for knocking things down. Knocking down and incapacitating pilots is an excellent way to get salvage. So I do very much like that. It is 187. I can't buy too much of this stuff because there's no means of making money here. But I was really tempted to come and buy these 2. Ultra AC-20 is what's replaced the LB-20. Interesting how the weapons have changed, right? But that's nearly $500,000. I can't afford that. Not if I'm going to buy any of this stuff. Let's buy the 2 of these I want. And the LB5X. That's quite a bit of my money. I'm going to need an LB ammo rack for the 5. There we go. That contains 15 shots. That's fine. There's not an Ultra AC2 bin, but I'm going to buy an extra AC2 bin in case I need the extra ammo. And okay. That's it for shopping. Let's go and check out the mech barracks, make sure no one has any, leveling we need to do. Yeah, actually. Split fire or defense? let's go with defense.
Mech warrior training complete.
We're going to be ace pilot. Single target.
What's up, boss?
Going to give you that... Well, actually, I think I want to improve your tactics. Reduce that minimum range.
Good to go.
Decker, I'm going to give you gunnery. So we want you to be able to shoot things and glitch. I want you to be a little better of a pilot.
Mech warrior
Okay.
training complete.
That'll do for that. To the bays. Right. First off, the Shadowhawk. Refit. Pull the AC-5 off. Select the ballistic weapons, LB5X, pull the AC5 ammo, LB5X ammo. That's a straight up swap of weapon systems. Will take 7 days. Pretty straightforward otherwise. Leaves me at exactly the same weight.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
Now, here's where we start getting questioning, because like if I were to pull off the AC2s and I were to fit in the Ultra AC2s I just bought, that's going to put me 2 tons overweight, and I'm going to go through ammo twice as fast, functionally. Now, we can lose 2 tons. That's not impossible. I can either lose it from jump jets, which would reduce my mobility, or I can lose it by losing the entire laser complement or stripping some of the armor. That's rough. I'm not a fan. There's not a lot of room for additional weapon systems on board. If I were to pull one of the autocannons, and there's 5 tons, I could fit a large laser right here or right here. Putting it on the opposite side of the autocannon would mean that if I lose this side, I still have this side. If I lose this side, I still have this side. That's the idea. So that gives me the Ultra AC2, basically the same firepower at long range as I had before, but I also have this supplementary laser. But that's also a bit of a heat problem if I do this. There are really no other weapon slots, unfortunately. There's just, I mean, like we have the close range weapons, we've filled those slots. There's not really a smaller ballistic weapon I can fit on the mech. The regular AC2 it already had would weigh a ton less. If there was an LB2, we could have done that, I guess. Alternately, I pull that off. I could put the AC5 plus on here. And I still have 4 tons remaining. Kind of makes it like the Shadowhawk, though, right? But, you know, ammo-wise, I could... Ammo in the center torso. So, no, don't do that. I'm going to move to the arm. Weapons-wise, I could fit like an extra medium laser on either side. Get back to that. Get a heat sink, right? And then expand my armor so we can shrug off hits a bit better. And I think we're going to try that, actually. Although the AC2s are nice for reaching out and showing someone you care. It's also going to take 13 days for that to work out. And that's going to be after we've just spent the... we're not going to do any of this right now. Revert. Leave. We're going to take a contract. How long do I have to get there? 12 days. Yeah, back to Bellerophon. Right. You know, okay. It is against pirates. Or we head to Alloway. 17 days. go ahead and move ahead with the mission. My pilots are now pretty experienced and capable. I don't hate it. The LB weapon might really make a difference. You know, I think that may be what we're going to do. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and move ahead to plot.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Engines prime. All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
At least they'll pay for my travel there. Right, so once the work is done, still 10 days on travel, actually. I didn't get a pop that where work's done? There we go. So I got 10 days. I could wait in orbit, but our next payday is also in 11 days. Maybe be a little less ambitious in our refit. I know we're going to be in vacuum, which is going to be annoying. Right, what if I... $3 days for that change so far. Allocate for armor. Four tons left. $5 days. 8 days. $9 days. 10 days. Moving the ammo bin another 2 days, so we don't do that. Okay. We could complete this refit in the time we have. And the additional medium lasers will be nice. The additional heat sinks will be nice. And the additional armor will definitely be nice. Okay.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
It's about what we can do in the time. I would like to move that ammo bin out of the center torso. That is just terrible. But we'll solve that problem eventually.
Job's done, Commander.
Let's see, that's job done. It is 3:16 in the morning. I guess I got time to do this today. Right, let's go ahead. Commander, I'm setting course for Lady Centrella's jump ship. It's strange, though, this moon is taking us to Alexelis. Doesn't appear on any of my maps, which leads me to wonder, where exactly are we going, and how do they intend to get us there? Several hours later. Uncharted space. That was one hell of a rough ride. My stomach's still doing somersaults. That's because those crazy bastards used a pirate point to get us here. If we suffered a misjump, our sour stomach would be the least of your concerns. The Leopard could have gotten irreparably mangled. Hell, we could have been irreparably mangled. The cautionary holovids they showed us at the Academy were full of the stuff of nightmares. So, when exactly did you realize Centrella's jump ship crew was planning on doing? I'm sure they were, but they're fine. Save your concern for the job ahead. We're mercenaries. Our job carries assumption of risk. Let's do that one. As we were on our approach to dock with the jump ship, it was way out of position to use any legitimate jump point. Putting 2 and 2 together, I could guess at what they were trying to do. So here's the million C-bill question, Meyer. Why didn't you say anything about this before we jumped? because it wouldn't have mattered if I had. We couldn't afford to turn down this job. Given the situation, I figured ignorance was probably bliss. We'll talk about this later, Miter. But for now, what's done is done. We're here, and there's money to be made. Let's focus on the task at hand. Argo's crash site is here, smack dab in the middle of a pirate stronghold. The ship, the stronghold, and everything around it belongs to a self-styled bandit queen called the Grim Sybil. Her gang is the closest thing that Alexalis has to a ruling council. Grim Sybil? Is that supposed to be scary? Sounds like the kind of name you'd choose out of a hat. What's her defenses look like? They're patchy at best. I don't think Exalis gets a lot of visitors. They have strong anti-air cover, but little in the way of ground-based defenses. I'm seeing a lot of vehicles, but battle mech activity looks light. Let's see. Define light battle mech activity. What are we talking about exactly? I can't put an exact number on it. All I have are surface scans to go on. From what data I do have, I expect the pirates to be able to field a full lance of light battle mechs, all of them in poor repair. There are mixed reports of something bigger. That'll be Grim Sybil's mech. I don't have any information on tonnage or armament, but given the shape that everything else is on Oxalis, I expect is being held together with chewing gum and baling wire. So, Grim Sybil operates a Charger. It's not going to be in great shape. There will be some other mechs as well. Basically, we're going to face at least two lances of opposition. There are going to be vehicles. What else do you have on Grim Sybil? Before today, I never heard of her. Yeah, I hadn't either. Centrala's intel says that Grim Sybil mostly stays put on Exalis, but she's got at least a dozen pirate gangs operating under her banner, so she must have something going for her. Sybil's bio is pretty sparse. There isn't a lot of meat here. Just a note that she came up under Lady Paula Trevelyan, the pirate queen of the Tortuga Dominions, which is a bandit kingdom made up of entire systems of planets in the periphery. Yeah, it's apparently annoys the Federated Sons and the Torn Concordiant, which is kind of out of our way anyway. I guess that's impressive, having a personal connection to Lady Death and all. Lady Death, Paula Trevelyan. Okay. Lady Death? Really? I swear, man, these pirate names are killing me. So, let's see. Are mech warrior call signs any better, Yang? Let me think about that one, boss. Cosmo. No, I guess they're not. Very clever, wise ass. Now knock it off. Darius, is there anything else worth mentioning in that file, or can we get back to talking about the mission? Well, it looks like Trevelyan and Sybil are at a falling out. That's not terribly surprising given the Pirate Queen's track record. Sybil managed to survive somehow, good on her, and she's been living on Exalis ever since. The rest of the report is just a rap sheet. Apparently, our bandit queen has racked up an astonishing number of kills over the years, mostly against merchants and freighter crews, but kills all the same. She likes to get her hands dirty, and she knows her way around a battle mech, and that's all I got. So, pirates have vehicles and turrets, maybe a few battle mechs, got it, keep going. The entire structure is surrounded by radar-guided anti-aircraft guns. Your first task will be to take down the radar tower so Samir can approach the derelict. After you secure the crash site, she'll dock with the Argo and drop off the engineering team. And then they'll miraculously get a 200-year-old wreck flying again? Lady Centrella has bet a massive stack of sea bills that they will. For what it's worth, I believe that her chief engineer can pull this off. I never heard of Dr. Farah Murad before Lady Centrella mentioned her, but I did some digging after our meeting. She was telling the truth. The doc has quite the reputation. Supposed to be some kind of frontier engineering wunderkind and a genius at bringing dead ships back to life. Good enough for me. Guess I'll find out, won't we? I'll believe it when I see it, but for what it's worth, I hope you're right. Yeah, me too. Now that we're here, we're kind of committed to seeing the job through. I'll leave it to you, Dwayne. Good job hunting on the moon surface. We'll be keeping an eye on you from up here. Of course you will. So, we don't have much choice of loadout. We're going to do this. I mean, I could bring Medusa, but why? So, yeah, this fight's going to be on the surface of a moon. Self-appointed Bandit Queen has taken possession of the Argo, a derelict dropship and relic of the Star League era. We believe that its belongings are in more suitable hands, namely ours. You will drop on Exelis, shut down the pirates' anti-aircraft capabilities, and hold out while the engineers bring the Argo back to life. Darius says this seems straightforward enough, but be careful, Dwayne. We don't know for sure what you're going to find on that moon, and we've had enough surprises already. So our objectives: destroy the radar towers, bring down Grim Sibyl's anti-aircraft guns. Proceed to the Argo crash site. Defend against Grim Sibyl's pirates while Dr. Murad's team restores power to the derelict.
Command interface initiated.
Welcome to Exelis, Commander. It's every bit as charming as you'd expect a pirate-occupied moon to be. You'll find Grim Sibyl's radar stations just ahead. Defenses appear to be limited to turrets and ground vehicles for the time being. At least. We know that Grim Sibyl has at least one lance of battle mech, so be ready for anything. Be careful of pirates' turrets as you make your way to into the base. They pack a nasty punch, and they can also sensor lock your mechs. Aim for the turret generator. That'll be the fastest way to neutralize the threat. After the pirates' radar stations are down, you'll be clear to proceed to the Argo. Good hunting, Captain. Knock out their radar cover, crush any pirate resistance, and secure us the derelict. Right, so let's look around a little. Over here, you see this green stuff? That's a radiation. That's not great to be standing in. Fortunately, we're not going to have a lot of that between where we need to go. But they are absolutely correct. We do want to knock out turret generators to knock out turrets. I also want to knock down these radar towers. So we have our work cut out for us. We will encounter primarily vehicles to start with. They're going to be backed up by the turrets. I can really defang them if I can get the turrets out of the way. Let's try to avoid getting immediately into combat until we get a little closer. So I'm going to kind of swing around the rock. But you can see there's a turret right there. So yeah, going around the crater will help. If they can't see us, they can't engage us.
Coordinates received.
Coordinates received.
But they'll try to sensor lock me to do that, so... Alright. Maybe I should have headed straight to that turret and knocked it out. Might have been a mistake trying to swing around. It's been a moment since I've done this, so I kind of forgot, I think. Sprinting will help me get into position faster. Yeah, I kind of hate how I started this. Alright. Well, gotta roll with it. Keep coming around this way.
Time. Let's go. Time to earn our money.
Again, I feel like, I don't know, maybe the color scheme's growing on me a little bit. It's a bit like candy corn in a way. Really funky candy corn. Okay, I can shoot at the radar tower. That's something. Radar towers can't do anything to me. But, you know, objectives are objectives. I think we're going to continue sprinting. Just to kind of get around as quick as we can. Admittedly, I can't fire and sprint, but that's going to be okay. Even if they sensor lock me, the worst that they can do to me is
What's up, boss?
reduce my evasion and fire indirect fire weapons at me. So
Got it.
they have to come and find me to be able to direct fire at me. Yeah, see.
Standing by. right move.
Let's let their vehicles move around. In fact, let's just get on to the turret
Waiting for
phase.
the shot.
Thank you. Okay, how do I want to proceed? I'm probably going to have to take out that turret in the front there.
Moving out.
No one else singing this. Wake up, you idiots. We've got company.
They're driving giant battle mechs. We can't fight against.
Any more objections? Good. Get out there and fight.
Pretty robust turret. Right.
Waiting on you, Commander. Uh-huh. No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
There we go. Keep sprinting.
Waiting for orders.
Don't want to get seen. Oh, they can't move. That's right. I'm very late in the initiative now. Something can see me though. Okay. Decker,
Yes, Commander.
I need you to get up here and take out that turret generator. Or at least start on it. That needs to not be in existence. Alright, LRM rack will probably finish that off. Behemoth, can you help me? In fact, you can direct fire.
Aye, aye.
Okay. You know what? Let's not even split fire. Let's just go and take that out.
Locking on.
Okay. Turrets down.
Target destroyed.
Now, gonna need to start mopping up some other stuff, like secondary objectives. Let's see how this new loadout works. Right.
Engaging target.
Hit pretty real. Okay.
Good to go. Tell me what to shoot.
It's hanging on. Alright, that did cause
Give 'em everything you
some
got.
damage. Didn't like that.
What's
Let's
up,
get
boss?
Decker out of there. In fact, yeah, let's just jump. Just get Decker out entirely.
I hear ya. Moving out. You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Yeah, knock that evasion off the striker. That went wild. Okay.
Systems recycling for another shot.
Yeah. Oh, that's still there. Okay. we'll wait on that one. And that one. Yeah, let's let the vehicle do their thing.
Orders. Got it. I copy.
Took that hit too. Okay. A little more robust than I thought it would be. That's okay. Where's a good chance to hit things? There we go. You. Maybe shut down a little of the overheat. There we go. Yeah. Knocking our piece off the table.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Orders?
Decker, you can kind of move around and shoot that tower. I don't mind that. In fact, why don't I just have you turn in your location and
Firing.
there we go. That's one tower down.
One less structure.
Good to go.
The vehicle just kind of hiding over there.
Location confirmed. Copy that.
It's a bulldog, huh? Okay. Okay, that's anti-aircraft cover down. Oh, there's another one over that way. All right.
What can I do for you?
Could have you hop. We don't like all that overheat. In fact, that's still too much. Alright, we'll just have you fire the laser. We'll hold off on the rest.
Tell me what to shoot.
That was kind of dumb. Yeah, getting there and not being able to do much doesn't help. Let's reveal this one is around the corner. That's a galleon. Yeah, it's just some lasers. That's a large laser and 2 SRM-4 racks. I'd rather get that off the field before anything else.
Engaging target.
Well, it shrugged it off.
Ready for orders.
Hey, Decker, my man. Gonna have you kind of cycle around the side here.
Move order received.
Yeah, those vehicles aren't moving well.
Standing by.
Okay.
Acknowledged.
Alright, that's that one out of the way.
Vehicle down.
Okay, Cosmo, what do we got for you? Go here. Let's throw an extra laser into the fight.
Engaging target.
There we go.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay, so I think that's all the defense vehicles.
Position.
We're definitely out of combat for the time being, so we can just advance under sprint.
You betcha.
We need to advance basically into here with all 4 mechs. So that shuts down this outer wall area.
On it.
There won't be anything to see in here until we are all there. So
Position.
if you're ever playing this and you're like overheated, you got like a lot of stability problems, whatever, burn that off
Venting heat and steam
while
pipe.
you're outside.
On the move.
You want to move all your mechs into the thing simultaneously with, you know, good defense, right? Yeah, this one won't make it. It's, so I'm gonna have to just kind of move that one I moved around in there, and this one I'm just gonna wait with the rest of these outside.
Smart. Cooling.
Behemoth will. It's okay to have Behemoth on point, honestly, in my opinion. There's not a lot of actual cover in here until like some of these buildings are destroyed.
On my way.
Crash site is secure. Samire, you've got to clear approach path to. Got a clear approach path to the derelict. 2 steps ahead of you, XO. Watch yourself, Commander. I'm coming in hot. So on the other side of the wreck, they land back there. They send their boarding crew on. Packages delivered, XO. I'm taking the leopard to a safe distance before the pirates can get their guns running again. Roger that, Meyer. Dr. Murad, your team is clear to enter the derelict. I hear you, Mr. Oliveira. We're making our way inside now.
All right, people, you know what to do. Marines, clear the ship of pirates.
With pleasure, Dr. Murad.
So yeah, there'll be another round with some mechs and vehicles here. And then Grey Sybil will join the fight.
Good to go. Heading out.
That's just a locust. Okay.
That's a miss.
Jenner, yeah. Another locust. Or is that the same locust? Probably the same locust. Something back here, and then 2 vehicles. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
I don't hate the music. Alright. That doesn't leave me a direct fire solution. That does. I think I'll save the LB right now.
Splitting fire. That didn't hit.
I know. That's okay. Was that like a darn bulldog or a scorpion? Scorpion. Right. Let's see.
Waiting on you, Commander.
You don't have any direct fire options. So let's roll you forward and knock a pip off the locust.
Vessel delivery.
Good. Good. Our tank rolls up. That's a galleon. Okay. Yeah, more crowd. More junk. Nothing I'm all that worried about. Which you shouldn't be. But you can get concerned about things later.
Engaging target.
Knock an arm off the locust.
Enemy mech. Critical damage
Dr. Murad.
detected.
The pirates have Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the door to engineering, but you better hurry up.
Sergeant? Talk to me.
Sergeant's a little busy right now.
Commander,
Okay, I need this spider to move because I can't afford to stand here and let all these things attack me.
Copy that.
Alright, one piece off the board.
One for the scrap heap.
Stray shots are unfortunate.
Barely hit, Commander. What can I do for you? You don't need to tell me twice.
Okay, what do I got in front of me here? Right. Okay. Do you? And do I want to do you? It's a fair bit of heat. We'll go.
Uh-huh.
There was a chance at stray shots there.
Stand still when I'm attacking you.
It's nice when they're all lined up like that. Stray shot hit the building at least. So well done shooting your own base, guys. Okay, I only got to choose one target with this guy. Yeah, let's close out that locust. What we can do is, yeah, I like that.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Okay, Behemoth. I could have you punch the Jenner. That's not a terrible idea. There we go.
Target neutral.
Dr. Murad, what's happening in there? Come in, Doctor.
A little busy. The pirates are dead. But so are half of my engineers. It's an unholy mess in here. Bodies everywhere.
Can you get the ship flying again? I need an update.
Look, do you want me to talk or do you want me to fix the damn ship? You do your job, I'll do mine.
So, tactically, you want to avoid ending up being back here when you take these out, because this is where Grim Sybil and her escorts will show up. So, just as a point of advice, like I could run around back here and just like, oh yeah, Mr. Scorpion, you're gonna have a bad day. Don't be back here. Could punch the commando. I don't hate that idea.
Targeting for physical attack.
Okay, tore it open anyway.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Okay, let's...
Good to go. Good to go.
No, I don't want the rear arc on that. Can't use my PPC if I get too close. Could engage the Scorpion. I could split fire as well. She's good at that. Since I'm just trying to knock the evasion pip off.
Got it.
Alright.
I may need some more time in the simulator.
No, no, you're doing fine. You took out that whole thing. Let's see. Back you up a little. Engage the commando with the Ultra AC-2 and twin laser combination. Yeah.
Enemy mech destroyed.
So it's still my turn. There are no enemy combatants to be seen. Notice it says 5 of 7. So yeah, Grim Sybil and her escort are going to appear. We have to wait for that to happen.
Copy that.
They are going to try to fool us to get into terrible positioning, but we are not going to do that. I am going to kind of just get around. Grim Sybil, you think you can gonna steal my ship, you miserable little scrub? Nobody steals from Grim Sybil. I'm gonna carve you like a roasted pig. That's a big mech. Yeah, but it's in terrible condition. Concentrate your fire and you should be able to take it. So yeah, she's got a charger. No, it's a quick draw. That's amazing. Quick draws are also garbage. And Shadowhawk, which, you know, we're operating one. Right now they're flat-footed, so you know, moving and engaging is definitely the approach.
Roger.
You have to defeat both of them, by the way. You can't just go and knock out Grim Sybil and it'll be over. They just not move. That was not smart. Okay. Good. Structure exposed. Peel it open, kids. Show them why they should reconsider their life choices. You are getting warm, but I do need to get damage in.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander. Receiving you.
Okay, yeah, we'll head over here.
Move order received.
I have enough resolve to do a vigilance. This will give us guarded and entrenched, which will help in reducing damage that Behemoth takes. I got a head pilot hit.
Minor damage, Commander. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, quick draw is now well heated up.
Standing by.
Alright. I like that. Getting in behind. Don't like those angles. Don't like 3 evasion. That's better.
Moving to position.
Right into the rear arc of the quick draw. Could definitely do that. It's not that well armored back here to get me some criticals. Could go into the back of the Shadowhawk. Also not terribly well armored. Plus, if I hit limbs, that's not a terrible thing.
All weapons are go.
Well, I mean, I penetrated, but I mean, it
Standing by.
didn't do that much. I'm going to reserve Behemoth because the effects wear off as soon as I move her.
Waiting for the right move.
Or the round ends. And they're penetrating my glitch. We don't like that. Phrasing, Rob. Phrasing. Glitch needs a break. She's overheating anyway. Move you behind the rock here. We'll just fire indirectly. AC5 crit. Yeah.
Critical hit, Commander.
Engaging target.
Left arm destroyed. Okay. Again, I'm going to reserve in case the quick draw comes for you. Yeah, it did. Okay. See, there we go. Like half damage on that missile damage. Right, now Behemoth will move and react. In fact, I'm going to... Don't want to get too close because I don't want them to punch me right now. But I will split targets so that we can efficiently fire the LRM rack.
Engaging multiple targets.
Okay, Decker,
Commander?
you want to be a jerk? I don't care for that.
Aye, aye. Locking in all weapon systems.
Heat sink destroyed. That's important. Although Shadowhawks are very cool running. Yeah, I thought you'd close with me.
Waiting
Alright,
for
let's move Behemoth.
Acknowledged.
Unload into your rear arc.
Firing at enemy 6. Waiting for orders.
Glitch, how about you come around the corner?
Right, Commander.
Shut off the medium laser for now.
Enemy 6.
Alright, right leg out.
Critical hit.
Cosmo, I'm going to need you to continue to engage the targets. But if you come there, she can't see you from there. I'd like to get this off the field before anything else. Yep, both legs out. Alright, sweet.
Enemy mech destroyed.
That is not heat efficient there, Grim. I bet you're getting warm in that mech.
Orders?
Yeah, once again into the rear arc. Heat's getting up there. Alright.
Let's see how you like this.
Armor penetrated.
Good to go.
Cosmo, let's close. I mean, that's not a smart idea, but... Turn that off. Turn the lasers on. Time for disco.
Engaging target.
That kind of just softened it up.
Good to go.
Sounded like a better thing to do in my head, I think. Right, you can't really get to anywhere where I can make the PPC work out. Unless I jump up here. If I do that, you're going to generate some heat. But I could fire the PPC.
Right, Commander.
Don't use the LRM and will be just enough. Alright, sensors impaired. Good solid hit. Behemoth, get up close and personal.
Coordinates received.
And unload everything.
On it.
Well, that thing's pretty robust. But I did manage to keep it from just closing with my blackjack and punching it to pieces. So that's alright. Hey Decker, what do you want to do? Well, not die is always great. But, yeah, come on over here.
Acknowledged.
More internal structure damage.
Receiving you.
Glitch. Would you like to punch something for me? I'd appreciate that.
Coordinates received.
Left leg destroyed. Okay, Cosmo. Now we're quite warm, so actually punching's not a terrible idea.
Engaging physical
More like
attack.
stomping, but you know. Looks like one of the short range lasers went long.
Orders.
Let's all just do the beat down. Do the beat down. Alright. SRM 4 crit.
Critical hit, Commander.
It's gotta be reconsidering your life choices at the moment, right? Well, the armor tanked that hit. I like that.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Meanwhile, that quick draw is coming to pieces.
Yes, Commander. I copy.
But it's a tough thing, ain't it? Okay.
Commander?
Punchy punchy?
Ugh!
There we go. Get your lance to the Argo, Commander. I'm just about done.
Enemy down.
So to get to the Argo, we need to just go over here.
I copy.
And there's no worries.
Moving to position.
Roger.
It's done. I can't believe it. It really worked. The engines are online and I have thrust control. Go now, celebrate later. Roger that. Hang on, Commander. It's for the first time in 2 centuries. This beast is gonna fly.
Mission successful.
Mission successful. We get a cutscene. Well, first we get the mission report. Nice payday, obviously. 1,152,000 sea bills. The local pirate organization doesn't love us. Yeah. We get a nice pile of XP. The Vindicator did get penetrated on the torso here, so that'll need to be fixed. But we're in pretty good shape. No weapons destroyed, nothing shot off. I could take this piece of quick draw. I don't really want to build a quick draw. As much as it is a heavy mech, it's not a very good heavy mech. I'd rather take the pieces for the Shadowhawk and hope to get a third piece. There's a lot of weapon systems here. There's absolutely nothing special. If there was something special, I'd grab it. I'm going to grab the quick draw because there's nothing better to pick. But, I mean, I could grab that piece of Jenner. If I get 3 pieces of the Jenner, and I get a full Jenner. Yeah, we'll do this anyway. I got some lasers, SRM, Iraqs, other junk. Okay. Now the cutscene. Little movie? Yeah. I am certain this is supposed to have music under it. All right. Still, nice to get back into space again. Leopard forms up with us. You know, comes and collects us from the thing. And then they come on board. And look at that. It's a face we haven't seen in forever. 3 years and change. In exile, high orbit Alloway. Anna Maria Centrella. You've done excellent work, Commander Decker, and you've earned yourself an opportunity to do more. Meet your real client. I don't believe she needs an introduction. Kamea Arano. I'm happy to see you again, Cosmo, or should I say, Commander. You've done well for yourself. The old man would be pleased. It must come as a shock to you seeing us here at Alloway, seeing us at all. I apologize for that, but I had to be sure that you were the mech warrior I remembered before I reached out to you. And now, with the Argo on its way to Laerton for repairs, I know. You are everything I remember and more. So, happy to see you alive. Can't believe you're staying here until you reach the convinced you're dead. I mean, everything you remember, you show up after 3 years and this is all you have to say. I don't have that kind of relationship, I feel. Let's go with this one. I can't believe you're standing here until you reach the convinced you're dead. She was dead. Lord Madeira, too. I'm sorry, Lady Urano, but the news feeds ran footage of your dropship getting blown out of the sky on a loop for months. That wasn't her dropship. The broadcasts of her death were directorate propaganda, well-crafted lies to keep the masses in line. And with that, Kamea, I'll leave you to your reunion. Best of luck with the negotiations, and keep me apprised of whatever decision you come to. Lady Centralla's face winks off the view screen. The dull blue glow of her hollow projection slowly dies away. Kamea. Lady Centrella was right about the propaganda, Cosmo. My uncle's directorate was run on lies, though in this case they were very nearly became true. The directorate's assassins pursued us into the frontier. In the months following the coup, we had more than our share of close calls. Eventually they gave up looking for us, and we've been lying in exile ever since. So, you know, where you two have been hiding these past 3 years. You had Centrella sent us for the Argo, I'd like to know why. Okay, you made off Cormadir and you found me. Let's talk about why. You know, where you guys been for the last 3 years? As far from the directorate space as we could get without leaving the frontier. A miserable ball of rock called Zathras was a nasty, brutish planet full of internecine strife and bloody turmoil. There were power struggles and mad nobles, plagues and zealots, and holy wars. So you're saying it's a typical frontier world? You had us find the Iron Road, like know why. In part, as a test of your abilities, to make sure that your performance on Cormadir wasn't a fluke. Our experience in the coup has taught us to be careful, Commander Decker. We couldn't just reach out to you on faith. Okay, so, you know, you found me. Let's talk about why. Kamea. I imagine you've already guessed. I intend to seek justice for my uncle's crimes. I intend to take my throne back, but I can't do it without you. We have resources, an army drawn from all across the frontier. Perhaps most importantly, we have the patronage of Lady Centrella and the tacit support of her government. That means money, a great deal of money. So, I can go to the magistrate. Is it bankrolling you? As it happens, I like money a lot, but I assume Centrella isn't doing this out of the goodness of her heart, And finally, I hadn't realized that the Oregon Coalition was on such good terms with the Magistracy. I like money. No, the Magistracy sees Camilla's claim to the throne as an asset worth paying for. They want to see the Directorate dealt with, but it isn't in their interest to do it themselves. They prefer to keep it in their own hands clean. The remote periphery is a powder keg, Cosmo. Tensions between the Torn Concordant and the Federated Suns are high, and my uncle's military posturing could be viewed as a provocation by either side. If open conflict between superpowers were to erupt, it'd be difficult for anyone to remain neutral. The Magistrate wants to avoid getting dragged into a major war. And your House Centralla's best hope for a clean solution. They'll fill your war chest, you remove the Directorate from the board, and the Magistrate lets tensions between the Federated Suns and the Torians simmer down on their own. Am I reading the situation correctly, Lady Arano? Correctly enough, Mr. Oliveira, but I understand that this isn't just about diffusing a dangerous situation. For me, taking on the Directorate is personal. My uncle betrayed me. The Founding Council has been reduced to a handful of powerless figureheads. Our very identity has been cut away and discarded. House Espinoza is long overdue for a reckoning, and with your help, I will bring them one. Join with me, Cosmo, and we will not fail. So, it's business, not charity. Cause is honorable, Lady Arano. Price is right. I think we can do business. You've already sold me on this committee. I pledge myself to the company to your cause. I'm going to go with the fact that we are a Merc company, but, the cause is honorable. Sure. Price is right. Bing. Yep, price is right. Okay. Price, of course. Cosmo, let us discuss your compensation. Pledge yourselves to me, and I will buy your company's debts, all of them. You'll be free to travel and seek clients as you please, as long as you come to me when I call for you. And on the day that I reclaim my throne, your obligation to me will be forgiven, your debt wiped clean. Of course, you will also be paid for every battle you fight at our behest, at a rate that will feel quite generous, given the clientele that you're accustomed to. Thanks to House Centrella, we have money to burn. Yang. I don't like the thought of being some noble's pawn, but I don't like being in hock to a bunch of loan sharks either. This sounds like a pretty good deal, boss. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah. Money to burn sounds pretty nice. I don't know. Why be that way, right? Even if I felt that way, why express that right now? Yeah, let's go make Mastiff proud. He would be. In truth, I feel he is smiling down on us even now. I'll take my leave of you now. I have an army to rally and preparations to make, but it won't be long before I contact you again, and when I do, I'll need you ready. Prepare yourself and your company, Cosmo. Our war is about to begin. Lady Arano just bought up all our debt, Commander. That means no more banks restricting our jump ship access. We can travel to more systems now, but we should still steer clear of the major states. We don't want it to look like we're going to cut and run. Good news, Commander. Once Doc Marad and her crew got that wrecked ship safely away, they found most of the Centurion in the cargo hold. It's not equipped for combat yet, but with a little love and attention, I think I could return it to service. Swing by the mech bay, check it out, and order a refit. Centurion is nice. So it's described as a sturdy and reliable mech. Centurion is good at both taking and giving a beating. CN-9A models are able to engage at any range, but their damage curve increases as they approach a target. And that'll be in my bay. Right there. That's going to need a refit. It's only got a medium laser on it. So I'm free to kind of play with it as I want, which is nice. We'll definitely have room for some weapon systems on that. It likes one ballistic weapon. It's got range for a point defense weapon. It's got range for, room for 2 lasers here in the center torso, which kind of limits your ability to fit things. And it can take 3 missile racks on this side torso here, and that's it. There's no other weapon slots. Nothing, no actual weapons can fit in this torso, only this one. We'll play with this next time, I think, because we are getting on. It's 4:13 in the morning on Friday, the 13th of 2026. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope you have a great day. Just going to save my game, and we're going to be done. Going to title that 3. There we go. Have a great day or great night, whatever you got going on. Bye, everybody.